Jó.
Jó napot kívánok! Én ma angolul beszélek, nem magyarul. Ezt azért csinálom, mert így voltam felkérve, és még fontosabban, hogy kövessem a Kossuthnak a tanítását és példáját. Ő elment világszerte, angolul beszélt más népeknek, és terjesztette a magyar hírt, hogy mi is fontos Magyarországnak és a világnak. Ő volt a demokráciának a hír, vagyis a szóvivője. És én szeretném valamennyire ezt követni azzal, hogy nem csak magunk között mondom el magyarul, de mondok egy néhány szót angolul, és akkor közzéteszem az interneten is, lássák mások, tudjanak a Kossuthról. Today we stand on sacred ground, made so by the efforts of those Hungarians in America who came before us. Their spirits are here with us, floating around and standing next to us in the folds of time and space, together with us as we gaze at Lajos Kossuth in the form of a statue, with hand held high, face stern and resolute, high above us on a multi-tiered pedestal. Over the many years since Kossuth and this statue came to be, the statue in 1902, it is thanks to the efforts of the Hungarian American organizations, many of which are strong and still exist today, that the memory of Kossuth and what he stood for are not forgotten and continue to inspire action and individual greatness through the manifestation of the Hungarian spirit by generation after generation. Under this statue, there is Hungarian soil, brought here from historic Hungary, from a time when it was still whole, but already fraught with strife in a changing world, already rushing headlong toward a global war. This statue rose on this site 116 years ago, dedicated on September 28, 1902, as the first Kossuth statue in America, nearly to the day of the 100th anniversary of the birth of Kossuth on September 19, 1802. I want to share a personal recollection with all of you. I recall the first time I visited the Kossuth statue on my own. I had just started at Case Western Reserve University in 1972. So I walked over from the campus over there and came here to look, to visit the statue one fall day, kind of like today. Isolated between the roads surrounding us, the park where the statue stands is inviting, but back then it was on the edge of an area that was still dangerous and had been going downhill for decades, unlike today. At East 109th over there were an old row of buildings stood, yet it was a busy area with some bars and adult dance clubs, but with the homeless and down and out spending time in the nearby area here, where the Kossuth statue stood guard on the past. I looked up in awe at Kossuth, as I had in the past when I joined with others from the Hungarian community to commemorate 1848 and lay a wreath to Kossuth, his memory and his ideals. What I saw was disconcerting. In Kossuth's high raised hand, someone had somehow put a beer can. Up high, someone somehow put it in his grasp. The scene hit me. Unexpectedly, it inspired rage and anger in me to see the bothersome desecration of such a profound symbol of what I so strongly believe to be an important part of being a Hungarian American. Then I realized that Kossuth was alone and forgotten. The world had changed around him, as around his statue, and his ideas were in doubt and less valued back then in the 1970s, since communism was the de facto accepted as a pure form of governance by much of the West. I felt helpless, like being a Hungarian American was not worth it. Yet, then and there, I resolved to do what I could to make a difference and continue to work for the freedom of Hungary, to not let the memory or the meaning fade. Kossuth continued to stand his ground, and the Cleveland statue stood strong, revitalized in 1985, so he could be there for us and here with us for another 33 years into the future. We can be proud it has weathered the decades and still instills wonder in the students and citizens who occasionally pass by and encounter this figure out of time, but still relevant to our time. Kossuth continues to give us courage and hope. Thank you.